Okay, so this is three different, slightly different ways that I found of 3-tick huntering. First disclaimer, just what you can see at the moment, there is a way to reset 5 traps in a row while only using one Guam-Tar. I can do that to set them up, but I don't know how to do that to reset them because it takes too long and it doesn't work for me. So the first method you're seeing is, well, Guam-Tar. I'm not using Guams, but you can use anything. Guam-Tar. And then you click on the ground, and then you click your trap. So you can see Guam-Tar, ground, trap. Guam-Tar, ground, trap. Now, something that I really struggle with, that really slows down your XP, is moving on to the next trap fast enough. So what you want to do is Guam-Tar, trap, ground, and then like immediately go to the next trap. Guam-Tar, ground, trap, ground. Guam-Tar, ground, trap, ground. And it means you run to the next trap much faster, and I really suck at doing that. You can see this method's getting over 130k XP an hour. It's a pretty good method. It just requires a lot of clicking. A really big part of the technique that I don't have is getting to that trap, that next trap, to click it faster. I think you want to be faster than clicking. So the next two settings after this one are pretty similar. One just uses a rune-like setting, and one you've got to do it yourself. But the rune-like setting is a bit slower. Cool, so I've cut ahead. This is my second technique, which instead of doing Guam-Tar, ground, trap, you run under the trap in advance, so you have to click the ground around the trap, not the trap itself, and then when you're on that tile, then click to dismantle the trap. And then you can just Guam-Tar trap, you don't need to do ground. Guam-Tar trap. The trick is to get the timing right. So with this method, because you're standing still, that tick where you'd normally be walking, you're just stood still, so you need to just wait there. It still only takes 3 ticks. It's exactly the same time to lay a trap as the more official method that I've just shown you. But getting that timing down is really important. You'll see sometimes that I just drop a box trap and don't actually reset it up because I've clicked off too fast, and that really slows down your XP. So the reason why I'm clicking to run to the next trap, and the reason why this method is quite good, is if you didn't click to run under, your character walks there, which is what the rune-like setting does. It walks you there. So the traps take 2 ticks to get to instead of 1 if you change the rune-like settings, which is why that method is so much slower. Killer Jumper. So you can see ground, then trap, Guam-Tar, trap, ground, dismantle, Guam-Tar, lay, ground, dismantle, Guam-Tar, lay. So we'll move on to the next setting, which is you go into Rune-Light, you take this reset in the menu entry swapper. I'll right click a box in a second. This swaps reset and check, or reset and dismantle. So if you don't do anything, automatically does it for you. It just takes a ridiculously long time, this reset option. Now when you've got the rune light option on, I'll show you in a second, you can only have 5 traps, or 4 if you've got 4, but when you reset it automatically puts the box down, so you can't have any spare ones in your inventory. It doesn't really matter, it just is a little bit annoying. So in this one, you get to save yourself a single click if you want, because by clicking reset, it walks you on top of the box. So you don't need to click underneath the box before you dismantle it. It'll do it automatically. But what it does, which sucks, is it walks you there, which takes 2 game ticks instead of just taking 1. So this one is really quite slow. It's still faster than not 3 ticking, for sure. So you save a tick on the box, but you don't save a tick running. But it is really, really easy. It's hardly any extra clicks at all compared to the normal method. But I think this method with the rune light setting is slightly easier, as maybe 115 kXP an hour. The walking underneath the box first, the second method I showed you, that is probably 120, maybe 125. And the official method, which is just 2 click intensive for me, is just above 130, I think. Right, so that's the end of it. Fingers crossed that helps you. My preferred method, I think, is the second method, where you run underneath them in advance. It's a little bit annoying to get the timings right with the running and with the not just dropping the trap and not actually setting it back up, but it's still pretty easy.